Wow. That is a fish of a lifetime. Go, boy. Wow, that thing is a monster. They fight hard, don't they?
Look at that magnificent fish.
Look at the size of that fish.
There he is again.
The color is incredible. Oh, there we go.
The Real Fishing Show with Bob Azumi.
Big old Great Lakes smallmouth. That is a big rainbow trout, Chris. Nice double-headed.
Whoa, nice jump.
Yeah, all right. That is a monster smallmouth. Man, that is so cool. Another one, there we go. The biggest pike I've ever caught. Look at that chunk. So that's what we're talking about.
Real Fishing is sponsored by Mercury, Go Boldly, Berkeley, Catch More Fish, and Abu Garcia for life.
On the Real Fishing Show, we make catching fish like this a possibility. Ah, we have a fish on.
Yeah.
Greg, how do you say your last name?
Wertsch.
Greg Wertsch. First fish ever right now. We're talking never fished a day in his life, never caught a fish. So this is the first and a first, Greg.
Yeah, exactly.
And Greg is from Between the Lines Winery down on Niagara-on-the-Lake. Just take your time. Just if he's running, let him run. And because that drag, you hear that drag slipping?
Yeah.
That's a good thing. Oh, that's a nice one.
Yeah.
That's a nice rainbow. So what do you think? So this fishing game is pretty easy, eh?
It is actually absolutely amazing.
You've never fished.
It's great. It's relaxing.
So
It's fantastic.
your family is originally from where?
From southwest of Germany.
Okay, and you and your brother, Yannick,
Yep.
are winemakers. Good stuff. Oh, just take your time. Good stuff. Congratulations.
Awesome.
Now, first fish, first time fishing, and first rainbow trout. And we're gonna put this trout in the live well. That's just a beautiful specimen there. Good one, good way to start the day. What do you think?
Awesome.
Here we go. So we're just talking about how long we've worked together, and you've been in business for how many years with your brother at Between the Lines Winery?
We started in November 2010, so we've been about 10 years now.
So we've been with you guys for about 7, I think, right?
Sure, I think seven
Yeah.
is where we're at.
And you guys produce the Azumi red and white wine. And a portion of every sale goes to Fishing Forever, which is a not-for-profit organization that my brother and I have been involved with. And it's really a cool deal. There we go. Nice netting job. And Fishing Forever is a not-for-profit organization that we do all kinds of cool things with. And look at this. Look at that. Beauty rainbow. Put it in the live well. And these guys are master winemakers. The wines that they make are just amazing. I know that you guys have done so well, and you make everything from what to what in the wine world?
Well, we do everything ourselves, from growing the grapes to making wines. We sell them ourselves, and we've been actually pretty successful. We won a whole bunch of medals already for a small outfit on a family farm. I think we're doing pretty good.
Yeah, well, I know that they're very tasty. I mean, your Cab, your Pinot Grigio, I mean, you've got so many great tasting wines. And
Yep.
your guys are real perfectionists, and well, I think it's time for you to catch another fish.
Well, I'll give it a try.
Get that bait out there. Here we go. This one here feels fairly, it's got shoulders, as we say in the fishing world. Decent shoulders, and you know, one of the things about fishing is it's important to match all of your fishing gear to the species you're going for. So, you know, we're catching these trout today. You know, you got one too.
You got one as well.
I don't want mine to wrap in yours. And you want to match your tackle to the fish. So, you know, we're using ultralight Fenwick rods here, little Fluger reels that are just capable of handling like 4-pound test line.
Yeah.
And on the main line, we've got 4-pound nano fill, but a fluorocarbon leader of about 3 feet on the end, just for invisible presentation to the, look at that. These things are beautiful color. Oh, you got a big one too? Yeah, nice. We'll just do we'll see if we can't net 2 at once here. You didn't know I used to play tennis, did you?
No.
Well, I didn't use a racket like
Like
this.
this?
Okay.
Wow.
I'm gonna hold mine in the net, and yours is gonna go right in with it. Oh, nice fit. There we go. And folks, that's what we call a double header with the wine master himself.
Beautiful.
Stay tuned, we'll be right back with some more real fishing. A lot of pounds of trout right in there, my man.
Coming up.
All right, that one was, I saw that your rod tip was bumping away. That was on a steady retrieve. Yep, you got one. There he is. All right, that one was, I saw that your rod tip was bumping away. That was on a steady retrieve. Now, so a lot of folks come down to the Niagara region for the wine tours.
Yeah.
And how many wineries are down there? It's incredible how it's just flourished.
I think we'll probably have about 35 or 40 down there.
And
In Niagara on the lake, basically. And there's another 50 or so along the bench area, but...
right. And so do you work together with some of the other wineries
Well,
down there?
there's associations.
Whoops.
Right?
There we go. Just open your bale up.
There's associations that are basically working together down there. The wineries of Niagara on the Lake, for example. But there's also wineries themselves that work well together.
When people come to your place, you know, you'd mentioned something earlier that was interesting about you tell people to be adventurous and, you know, experiment, have some fun with it. What do you mean by that?
Well, for me, one of the biggest things that I want people to have with wine is just to explore what's actually out there, because there's all these different wine styles. There's obviously reds, whites, but sparkling, you have ice wine, you have a lot of different stuff that you can have fun with. And even if you come down to the winery, you get a chance to learn how we make it.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's amazing to see, you know, the vineyards and your property down there on Niagara on the Lake. It's so beautiful. I love it in that part of the world. It's as beautiful as where we are right now on this little trout pond. What do you think?
I think after 7, you're right.
Now, Jig, you got him?
Got him.
Oh, nice. That was pretty cool. Whoa. That one feels a little bigger, I think, than maybe the last one we got.
We'll see. That'd be
Oh, yeah, that's a nice one. Yeah, that's a nice one. So, Greg, when different years must be different for growing various grapes then, is it? Like, how many types of grapes do you guys grow on the property?
We have about 14 different grape varieties that we grow on site. And some of the varieties like Riesling, Chardonnay, Cab Franc, they're probably found like at other wineries as well. But one of our big ones really is Lemberger. And that's a grape variety that's very special to sort of.
Is that for red or white wine?
That's for red. Right.
Oh, good stuff. Open that bale up. Good job, man. You're getting used to this fishing. Do you think you need to take a little time off work? And,
I should actually schedule a month off.
Get the kids out fishing. Schedule a month. I don't know if your brother would like that.
You know what? When we used to just farm, in quotation marks, once the grapes were harvested, we did have a little bit of downtime.
Well, you know, people are probably wondering, you know, why I'm putting some of the fish in the live well. First off, these are, you know, rainbow trout that are not natural to this pond. So these fish are in here, and I'm keeping some of these trout because we're gonna have a little treat today in the show, and we're gonna have somebody prepare these for us in a pretty good way. And
Well, I'm looking forward to
and
it.
maybe taste a little bit of wine with them.
Yeah.
You know? Oh, you got him. Oh, wee fella. So that was interesting. You were reeling up off the bottom, and that one came up and hammered it. And on the graph, it showed one down there. And about 27 feet of water, and we saw them dart up on the graph. So you're thinking you might get into this fishing stuff, huh?
I think I should do this more often. I think I could probably take the kids out with me.
See, I'm working, but for you, this is different. But okay, that's good. Open your bail up. It does beat work, and that's why millions of people enjoy fishing, Greg. I mean, you've worked hard your whole life, building the business up with your brother, Yannick, teaching for 5 years. I mean, you got to just smell the roses every now and then.
It is actually pretty fantastic out here. I was prepped and scheduled for work. Right?
Oh, today?
Today, but this is really relaxing. It's great. I'm having a fantastic time.
All right, well, get down there and catch another one. I'll rinse the net off. Folks, life is good. We got a beautiful day. Stay tuned. We'll be right back with some more real fishing with the wine master himself.
Coming up.
I can see Greg's gonna hit the professional trout trail after today.
Let's take a look down under with this week's Fish Eye View, sponsored by Mercury. Go boldly. Steelhead are one of those fish you can enjoy on your own terms. From fly fishing to open water trolling and even ice fishing, there are no set rules other than local laws. When it comes to river run fish, most anglers prefer big water to ply their sport. From the Great Lakes to the West Coast, there are countless smaller rivers that also host runs of steelhead. Simply check provincial regulations to find these gems, some of which are surprisingly skinny flows. From autumn to spring, it takes bang-on timing to intersect a run, which means substantial rainfall to bring fish up. Keep a close eye on the weather and put yourself into a situation just like this. Small waters demand a quiet approach, similar to fishing resident brookies and browns. Keep a low profile and move about slowly. It's also a good idea to leave those long steelhead rods at home. Even a 9-footer will become a nuisance in the bush. To prove this point, our underwater cameraman Rick borrowed his granddaughter's rod for a day of small water steelheading. Yes, this may look completely ridiculous, but it worked and did so incredibly well. Several fish were landed, then released in swim-away condition. As a matter of fact, it proved to be a heck of a lot of fun.
You got a fish?
I think so.
Whoa, I keep missing one as I'm reeling up here. Good one?
No.
Whoops, I'm gonna reel up here because I keep getting one hitting. Very nice.
Maybe.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one there. Look at them all on the graph too. There's all kinds down there. Nice one. Don't reel it too far to the tip. Just play it out with the rod. Play it out. Yeah, this fishing's pretty easy, isn't it?
Oh, this is a great spot, I think.
Oh, that's awesome. Just lift your rod. Pull them in. Good job. Nice job, man. Hey, guy makes great wines. He can also catch a few fish.
Awesome.
What do you think? This one, I think, should go to the chef. I think this one's going to go to the chef because we need to keep a few for this meal that we're going to have, which is going to be incredible. Just going to pop that little, that's just a little tiny ripple shad there. It's a 2-inch ripple shad, which is a swim bait made by Berkeley, a power bait. We've got on a very tiny little gulp jig head here. It's just a very cool finesse-y type bait. Put this guy in the live well. Look at that.
That's a reasonable size.
Nice. All right, hooked up again. I can see Greg's gonna hit the professional trout trail after today. Trout Masters. And
yeah.
You know, one of the things that amazes me is in the years that we've worked together is when we do wine tastings, is how oh, that's a big one. How incredible it is. You guys have so many variations of every wine, like of a cab or.
Well, we can play around with it a little bit as well. Like one of our best things is that we sell them all in-house.
Right.
So we take basically our customers walking in the door, take their feedback.
Oh, look at that. Look at that fish. That's a big one. Nice. And so you'll take the feedback and then adjust it?
We'll adjust it right away.
So whether they want a little drier?
Well, we've done that actually with our ice wine the most. We often got feedback that people said we'd like it just a tad less sweet.
Right.
So we can't really do much about that, but what we can do is we can keep the acidity a bit higher. Right? It makes the whole wine taste a bit fresh. And it's, all of a sudden you can do lots of different pairings with it.
No kidding.
Yeah.
So that's why you guys are so good at what you do, though. It's incredible tasting wine. Let's get this fish back in the water, okay? That's a beauty. That's nice. Look at that. Watch this thing go. Let's just get it. There it goes. Going, going, going. Gone. Straight down. That is way too cool. Well, I'll tell you what, the fishing's pretty good here, but I can't wait to try some of these trout. And
Well, I'm looking
especially
forward to it.
having a little wine with them, and it'll be interesting to see what the chef has in mind for cooking these. So when we return, we'll see what's cooking.
Coming up.
So you can see these guys, how they're coming along. They're coloring up nicely.
Well, this is pretty cool. We're at the Gordon Food Services Culinary Center right here in Milton, Ontario, and I'm with Chef Mark McEwen. Mark,
Bob, good to see you.
we finally meet.
We
You know,
do.
I mean, you've been in the business as long as I've been in the fishing business, except you've been doing something I like to do as much as fishing, and that's cooking. Tell me a little bit about, you've got how many restaurants now?
We have 9 locations now. We have 2 levels of catering. We have corporate and we have event catering.
Right.
And we also produce food on an industrial level for the airport and different things. So we sort of feed people from breakfast, lunch, and dinner all the way through the day for different reasons.
Well, you also have your food markets too, right?
I do. I have 3 retail stores and looking to expand that. And I love to fish as well. I grew up fishing as a kid.
Wow, I'll tell you, I don't know how he gets time to fish.
No, I don't. I haven't done any fishing.
Well, we're
this
going to
year.
get out. The next time we get together, we'll be in a boat. We'll have our
Fantastic.
meeting. But we've got you working today. We got you cooking some rainbow trout from Azumi Aquaculture, and this is going to be exciting. So what are we going to do today?
This is a beautiful fish. Trout is in that category of fish that you look at mackerel, you look at herring, you look at sardines. They have all those beautiful, healthy oils. Salmon. Trout is kind of the mild cousin to that. All the nutritional value, beautiful fat, great skin, very small scales, really easy to cook. So what we're going to do today is a blistered tomato salad.
Right.
So blistered tomatoes and olive oil. I have baby fingerlings, red skinned, with dill and butter. I have leek hearts that we're just cooking very slowly in a little bit of butter. And then sherry shallot dressing with anchovies in it, citrus, good olive oil, fresh herbs. Really tasty, really simple, super healthy meal. Now the pan for the tomatoes, you want it fairly hot.
Right.
You want to blister those tomatoes.
Yeah,
And
I see you got the heat up there pretty good.
and what happens with the tomatoes is all the juices inside kind of rev up inside the tomato, the skins pop, and that actually adds to the sauce on the plate. So it's really...
And are those, what are those type of tomatoes?
These are just Ontario little berry cherry tomatoes.
Right.
Very high sugar content, nice thick skin so they hold up to this well. And then we have our trout, which we've just cleaned, taken all the pin bones out, and all we've done is season this with salt and pepper.
Is that a little bit of olive oil on there as well?
Olive oil, salt and pepper.
Right.
Super simple. And again, what you want to do, always leave the skin on the fish. It's the best part, best thing for it. But we're going to get our tomatoes on first. A little bit of garlic with those tomatoes. And then we put our fish in. So when that fish goes in, as you well know, you should hear it, right?
So,
Skin side down.
right.
You can hear it talking to you. You know you have the temperature right in the pan.
I've noticed that a lot of folks overcook their fish.
All you want to do is cook it straight through. I like a little bit of the center to actually be opaque still.
Okay.
So I'll never cook it dry. So you can see these guys, how they're coming along. They're coloring up nicely.
Right.
Really simple. Anybody can do it. So here we have our yellow potatoes, red skin, a little bit of fresh butter on them, tiny bit of salt, And I'm going to throw some fresh dill in. Dill is a great flavor. That'll go very well with everything we're doing here. And again, you don't need a lot, just a little bit. So our fish is doing well. Our tomatoes are almost there. Now this is one of those meals you can whip up in no time at home.
So the whole idea is to cook that fish skin side down.
The main thing is you want to get the skin nice and crisp. Leave it skin side down until you know it's that way. Let it all render off. Flip it. The fish is essentially done at that point. So we're just going to drop these guys down. And these tomatoes will be super, super juicy. Now we have our leeks and our potatoes. Really nice combination. And I'm just going to dance those around. But for me, this is all about the ingredients. The potatoes are Ontario. They're beautifully fresh.
Trout are from down the road
Exactly.
at the aquaculture.
Exactly. Look at that. Then I'm going to drop that fish down on top. Now that fish is still a little tiny bit pink in the middle.
Yeah, good.
Nice lemon, nice vinegar, and then you just drape that around. You know, and instead of using a really fatty butter sauce, here we've done a vinaigrette, which is super bright and fresh and low in calories.
Right on, like
Very healthy.
Awesome.
And I always put a generous amount in the base, and then a little bit of dill for garnish.
Right on.
And I think, you know, that is sort of how I like to cook, and this is for sure how I like to cook at home. Right? Very simple, beautiful ingredients, local. But trout is one of those fish that is very accessible. It's very easy to cook, and it has all those nutritional oils that you want. Has the perfect story.
Now, I don't know if I should eat this on camera or off camera, but Mark, thank you very much,
Pleasure.
man.
Well, this looks fantastic. And what I'd like to do is introduce you to the wine, the Asumi wine that we actually have right here.
Fantastic.
It's one of our probably go-to staples at the winery at Between the Lines. It's a Chardonnay, and I'm really excited to try and see how this actually stacks up because it looks fantastic.
So we have yellow skin potatoes with dill, the beautiful fatty rainbow trout that we cooked up with Bob. Love eating trout. It's just such a great meaty fish, but it's super tender, really easy to handle in a pan, and goes so well with Chardonnay. I have leek hearts there as well with the trout, that really tender flesh on the trout, and then that beautiful crispy skin, which you'll always want to leave the skin on the fish.
Yeah. Well, when I tried to prepare this at home, it definitely didn't look as fancy as this. This is fantastic, but
Well, it was sort of-
I tried my best.
It was sort of cook it all, dump it in a bowl, make sure the bowl's not too wide so it doesn't spread out, put the fish on top, dress it, you're done. Actually, perfect dish for a bachelor. Looking to impress.
It is looking pretty great.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Real Fishing was sponsored by Mercury, Go Boldly, Berkeley, Catch More Fish, and Abu Garcia for life.
Well, that thing's got some weight to it. Size up, puppy, right there. That is just wild.
Man.
Beautiful. Look at the size of that thing.